All right, so we're going to get started. Everybody, welcome. So we are Connections, a community of women. We have a strong Facebook presence with a Facebook group, and we also do events quite often, typically in person, but now online with the COVID crisis happening. But we're all about supporting other women and creating community for women and trying to be as inspiring and uplifting and educational as we can be, and providing that access so we can all connect with each other in Vermont. And I'm Christine Golden. I'm on the leadership team of Connections, along with Julie Danaher and Katie Paquette. Katie is not present today. And this is Jolita Brilliant Sagmante. I thought I had it. I so thought I had that. Anyway, and she owns Brilliant Massage and Skin, which is located in downtown Burlington on King Street. And we are right now in one of the treatment rooms with this beautiful background. You can see it's a basement location, so it's very quiet, very calm down here. You might hear the spa music in the background. I'm not sure if you can hear that, but it's a really nice touch right now for me, at least. Mm-hmm. She has multiple treatment rooms. She has 6 people who work here, including herself. She is the owner of the company.
7 if we count the esthetician too.
Oh, okay.
And 6 massage therapists and 1 esthetician. Well, great. 2 because I do aesthetics as well, but 7 of us.
Great. Yeah. So really strong staff. I wanted to also introduce the Women Who Wow series, which is what we're doing right now. So we're interviewing really exceptional women, oftentimes business owners, but it doesn't have to be, who are just thriving during this crisis and still contributing to the community, and who are just powerful women that we want to highlight. So I want to give you a bio. I know that there was a bio on the Eventbrite page, but I've kind of reworked it into my own words, and there's some things I really want to highlight about Jolita. So Jolita is the founder and owner of Brilliant Massage and Skin, and she's a certified massage therapist and licensed esthetician and a makeup artist, very talented. She's a graduate of the Body Soul Massage School. Now, can you tell me, where was that school?
That's in St. Albans.
Oh, St. Albans? Mm-hmm. Okay, great.
Yeah.
I wasn't sure about that. And she opened her solo practice in 2016, which exclude the multiple modalities that her business now offers. Jolita has completed trainings, a lot of trainings, in advanced deep tissue massage, in Ashiatsu Oriental Bar Therapy, which I definitely want to hear more about.
Okay.
Oncology massage, and she has over 1,000 hours of clinical massage experience, which is pretty incredible. At Brilliant Massage and Skin, she offers clients the Ashiatsu massage, clinical facials and peels, and she also does on-site makeup for weddings and special occasions, editorials, television, and other aesthetics services. Before finding her love for the spa world, she was a top performing student in Lithuania, which I'm really impressed by this. This is just incredible. Focusing on science and music in school. She moved to the US for college to study music, and in her early 20s was an accomplished classical pianist, songwriter, and singer. So I promise I won't make you sing today, but if you want to, we are all here
next time.
Okay, great. She also has practiced endurance running, has competed as a bodybuilder. Wow, so that's a lot of material to work with today.
Yeah, lived a long life.
I feel like it's just getting started though.
True.
So where to begin? I think I'd like to focus first on your business because I want to learn more about that. So you've taken quite a few different trainings. So when did your love of the spa industry, like what happened? How'd that happen?
I was always passionate about wellness. And I lived in New York City, and then I just realized that doing music for a living was not kind of what I wanted to do long term. So then I enrolled into this nutrition course just to then I started to do running. I joined like running group, New York Road Runners, and got really into that. Did a lot of races, marathons, ultra marathons, and then I got into lifting weights. So it was like a nice, like really hobby that took a lot of time, and then I kind of like wanted to change careers, so I did personal training course, but that like wasn't it. Um, and then I'm like, well, I used to play piano. I played piano for many years, like 14 years. So I'm like, okay, well, massage is like working with your hands too,
Yeah.
So I thought, maybe I should do that. And I went to school. I really didn't think that I was going to do it full time, to be honest, or that it was going to become like a spot that I have now. It just kind of organically grew. I just happened to really like it. And it's popular within consumers. Everyone likes massage. It's like easy to sell.
Yes, that's true.
So yeah, I just kind of grew organically like that.
It seems like you have this
aesthetics now
curiosity.
as well. What's
And
that?
aesthetics too. Yeah, you have this curiosity for things. Like you start down a road and you keep growing in it.
Yeah, I get bored easily. So I think that's why I tried a lot of like different things. But I think like running a business, it's kind of never boring, because it's like always something going on. So it keeps for the past 5 years, kept my like attention pretty well. The 6th year now that I've been in business in this industry. And I don't know how much we'll be growing it. I mean, I don't know if we're gonna move someone even bigger, but I don't know. I probably not, but that's what I like. When I started, I never thought I would want to have employees, or so I kind of just leave options open.
Yeah. I mean, was it really organic growth that led you to where you are now? Or
well, it was really organic, because like I said, I didn't plan on expanding or having employees or anything like that. I never took any loans, nothing to fund the business. It's just all cash flow and hard work, really. But I just, I think what made it grow is being really passionate and trying to be the best at what I did. Because then I had so many clients, like, okay, well, where do I don't want to like decline them. So it's almost like I had to get an employee to like, because then I'm wasting the leads, so might as well I have people that I can pass them on, so it just, I wanted to help other therapists that maybe was out of school and they didn't have a good place to work at. I wanted to have good place for other therapists, because we really treat them well here. We pay them very well. We give them breaks, we don't overwork them.
That's probably pretty important. I mean, how do you prevent yourself from being overworked, being the owner of the business?
It's tough. I think it's easier now that I do have more people, but there were times where I was overworked, I was, but sometimes you have to just push through it, and then later you find ways how to outsource things and not do everything yourself.
Well, I mean, massage is such a physical thing. For a full hour, you are just like using all your muscles. I mean, like, that's just amazing to me. I mean, how many clients is it reasonable to take in a day when you're doing that?
Well, I think most therapists on average feel comfortable doing 4 massages a day.
Okay.
It depends, how long they are too. But if it's like 60 or 90 minutes, like 4 is pretty reasonable.
Wow.
I've done more than 4. There were days I did 6,
Wow.
The max I did probably was 8 in a day.
That's insane to think about.
Yeah, but I don't do that anymore. Not sustainable long term, definitely. Can't do that every day. But now I would say I do 3 or 4. Maybe some days I do maybe 2, because I have so many other tasks I have to do.
Sure, balancing it with actually running a business.
Yes, so I had to decrease my amount, definitely. And I do facials now too, which gives a nice balance, not just
less
always
physical.
it, even though it is, yeah, it's less physical, but when you think about it, you still use like this, so you can still get tight, but it's just different, different muscle groups a little bit.
So I'm really curious, what advice would you give to a business owner who is a single entrepreneur right now and is looking at expanding and growing? Like, did you learn anything from that experience of bringing on more employees and growing your business and expanding your space here? What advice would you give to someone thinking about doing that?
Don't be afraid to do advertising. It's never a waste of money. Like, you learn things, and that's how you grow. The more people know about you. If you do want to expand and bring in employees, you have to get really good at advertising and good, excellent service, because reviews, word of mouth, that's especially in a small community like this. People tell each other.
They definitely do.
So doing excellent work, and also not being afraid to invest back into your business, because it takes money to make money. Like, first year and second year and third, I would make money, and I would invest quite a bit back into it, especially once we took over in a bigger place. And my accountant's like, well, this year you made less profit than last year. Like, yes, I know, but it's because next year we'll make double, because you have to make sometimes some investments in order to grow.
I do see your,
it's always worked out.
Oh, sorry. I was just jumping in. I do see your information everywhere. Ever since we started this Women Who Wow series, and I was like, oh, let me make sure to go like Jolita's page and like really get to know her a little bit. And now you just come up on my feed. So you're definitely doing something right. You're definitely doing something right. And I like that you touch different avenues of advertising. Like, I don't just see you in one place.
Thanks. Yeah, I mean, and the thing is, once you do take on employees, you are responsible for their livelihood. They pay their rent, they buy their food, so then it's kind of becomes your responsibility to make sure the business is doing well, and people know about it, and people would book with everyone. But I enjoy that part to grow it, and do that's advertising and that portion of it.
Sounds like seeing the big picture is part of that then.
Yeah, seeing a big picture and having like a long-term goal. Like, you can't just look at 1 month. You have to look like 5 years from now, like, or 2 years from now. Like, what is the goal? Like, if you want to grow, then you have to take some actions. And
that makes a lot of sense. About, like, I think it's just so scary, especially now with COVID, where like the bottom line is is tough, to like be willing to take those risks and those leaps for your business. But it sounds like, in your opinion, it really pays off to do that.
For me, it always paid off.
It's always paid off.
I probably couldn't say for others. Or for, I can't, don't take my advice for granted, savings, and, until you have to see the proof of concept, like, start small. And then once you see, okay, like, maybe start, like, invest, $10, $20 a day. And if there's proof of concept that, okay, actually, like, this Facebook ad does bring in people. So then, okay, maybe I can spend $50 a day and make 150 out of it. It's like, then also it's a lifetime of value of a customer, and maybe that customer will come back and tell other people about it. And kind of that's how I've been growing. And before COVID, we didn't do that much paid advertising, but right after COVID, I did more than ever before. Because it was harder to get people to come back.
Sure. Well, was there an element of having to educate people that it is safe to come in here? And to like, was that like a hard sell, or people kind of get it?
It was not a hard sell. Good. I think people need therapy more than ever now, you know, because they are stressed out, or they feel lonely, or they don't have anything else to do. They're working from home. So
Sure.
knowing that it's safe to come here and that we are open, and we always cleaned before COVID, we always had good sanitation, but now we're, you know, taking even more extra precautions. But I think the brand name, what maybe helps people to trust us, you know?
Yeah.
Because we do have good reviews, reputation, and yeah. But we didn't have really, we do still have some clients that have not came back, and we totally respect everyone that wants to hold off as long as they want to, until they're comfortable going back doing more things in the world. But generally, there, you know, I think the main issue was that people didn't know that before even open.
Yes.
Back up.
That's a really good point. Yeah. For a while, it was assumed everyone's just shut down.
And we were shut down for 3 months.
Yeah.
You know.
So I have a question. What did you do during those 3 months? Were you able to work on the business, or did you kind of relax, or?
I didn't relax much. No.
I believe that.
Like, I couldn't relax. I think mentally too, because it was so unknown, like what's going to happen. So I was just working, you know, I took some classes. I did certification in makeup artistry. I tried to learn even more better about, you know, I learned like YouTube ads, tried to learn lighting, video, bought like a camera, really spent time kind of working on things that could be done online.
Yes.
Because I couldn't do anything in person. And that at least I think kept me sane.
Yes.
Because I would have gone like a little crazy.
Yeah.
So I just kind of really spent time trying to learn new things.
Yeah.
And related to business, but also I had fun doing it. So it was kind of like a hobby, but also helpful.
Yeah, absolutely.
So, yeah.
It sounds, I love your spirit, that it seems like you're always just looking for growth opportunities and to learn more and just expand, like you said, to be the best you can be in your business. And
yeah, and like, I think what's really helped me grow, like, I just wanted to do it like the best, the greatest, and just do it big, you know. I didn't want, I guess, once I realized, you know, I can help other therapists, I can bring them clients, I realized I don't want to do it small. I actually really like working with other people. It's more fun too.
Yeah.
Because it was getting lonely as well. That's the other aspect why I like expanding, and it's more fun to having colleagues and
some teammates, and you can kind of grow together and learn from each other.
Definitely, and they help with, we're a team, you know. Yeah.
Absolutely.
I just wrote in the chat, I guess I'll just share with you guys, because I know you're deep in your conversation, which is great. Yeah, and I think that's amazing, Jolita, because great leaders create opportunities for others' growth, and that's exactly what you've done, which is really one of the most impressive things about your journey.
Thank you.
Yeah,
I think that's my passion, to help others. And I realized, you know, well, I can't do massage on everyone. Like, I only have so many hours a day, you know, like so then I can help other therapists by providing them a good place to grow as a professional and work in a nice team and make a living doing it. So that's, I really enjoy. I enjoy working with people and helping them.
That's so wonderful. I bet they appreciate that. It seems like you really invest in your employees and support them, and just the fact that you appreciate that you are their income, you are their income source. You have respect for that.
I treat them like they are the clients of this business, because they are, you know. We treat equally clients and employees in equal respect. Like, employees are, because they can go work anywhere they want, you know. So we appreciate all employees.
I think that's just wonderful.
Yeah.
So I want to talk more about the services that you offer. And I also like, which is your favorite massage? Do you have a favorite that you offer?
Yeah, so I think like my specialty really
Yeah.
became a couple years ago ashiatsu massage.
Yeah.
And it's a Japanese style, and it's called two words from Japanese, so ashi and foot. So it's like foot pressure. So that means I incorporate as well my full body, including feet, so that people who likes maybe firmer pressure, or they just like this very relaxing, long strokes, deep relaxation, really appreciate that style. And I kind of really like that. It's because I was a runner and I was into sports. I appreciate that I can move a lot doing it, because it has bars, you know, on the ceiling, where we have two rooms that have bars on top of the ceiling.
Yeah.
So it's kind of like yoga, kind of like workout for me.
Yeah.
And it's like very nice to do deep pressure for people like, you know, deeper pressure. It doesn't have to be deep. It's not painful. You know, you can be done soft as well. But pretty much you use your feet to massage someone.
So do you have to be pretty dexterous in your feet then to do that?
It took me about like 6 months to get like comfortable with it. And now I feel like it's like a second nature, honestly. So it's like my second hands now.
Wow. That's pretty
yeah,
cool.
I feel like a monkey sometimes. Like, you know, the next thing I'll start brushing teeth with my feet.
Hopefully not patients or clients' teeth.
No, my own. Yeah. But yeah, I think that's, you know, and you see people who lose their hands, they learn to do things with your feet, and it's amazing. Like, and or the dancers, look how, you know, how amazing things they do with their feet. And we're amazing as humans in general, like what we can learn, but it's fun to do.
That's pretty interesting. So is that typically like a 60-minute massage as well?
Okay. Yeah, it can be any length.
Okay.
Yeah. Okay. We do anywhere from 30 minutes to 2 hours massages. Wow. So, but most popular is 60 and 90.
Gotcha. That's so interesting. So how did you learn that art? Did you do like a class in it? Or?
I wish I could say I went to Japan and studied it, but
that would be a good story.
Yeah. But I went to Connecticut. Yeah, at Clinton, Connecticut, there is a program that teaches the style. Yeah. There is all over US, they have these courses, but the closest one was here. And I went there 2 times. First time I went to do the basic training, then I went to do the advanced training because I really liked it. And I have to say, like, I don't have, and you know, like that helps to not overwork like hands as well, because you get like a break. And I don't have like back issue. I mean, yes, I get tight, but I get regular massages myself. Okay. So I don't have any like injuries or issues, which sometimes it's massage therapists can be prone to get repetitive strain injuries. And I've been lucky not to get that because of body mechanics and using different styles. Something like ashiatsu is really helpful. Yeah.
Wow. Oh, great. And so, but you also are trained in advanced deep tissue massage. That's done with your hands, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
Which is very similar. You know. You can do deep massage with hands, or you can do it with feet, but I can do both.
Okay. Gotcha.
Yeah.
Gotcha.
And most therapists can, you know, that work here, they have advanced deep tissue.
Oh, gotcha. Okay.
And some of them are later, some of them are, you know, it's also like everyone is so unique. Yeah. So even you might be trained in the same modality, but your touch is different.
Sure. That makes sense.
But yes, you know, I can do that with hands as well.
Gotcha. And what is oncology massage? I think I should know what that is.
So it is for clients who had cancer before, or they might be going through chemotherapy, and it's a very light, gentle massage with certain precautions that have to be taken for cancer patients to receive it safely, because they might be, you know, going through chemo, they might have radiation, they have inserts, they might have different wounds or different things like that. So my mom actually passed away from cancer, and that's why I was interested to learn that modality as well.
Oh, I'm really, really sorry.
Yeah, it's been a while now, but thank you.
Yeah. I mean, that's so interesting. So if you're doing, so So is that something that's usually prescribed by doctors as part of a cancer treatment massage?
It can be. It
Okay.
can be. Or it could be like once they're done with their treatment, it could be like a recovery,
Okay.
additional alternative, treatments.
Mhm.
It's physical, but it's also mental for them
Sure.
too.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Like being taken care
Yeah.
of and taking care of their bodies again. And,
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah, and it's good to have training in that because if someone had like the lymph nodes removed, or they have lymphedema, or they have certain medications that they're taking, so we have to keep in mind that.
Yeah. Well, I didn't realize that was its own type of massage, but now that you're saying it, it makes so much sense.
Yeah.
That there's so many things to be sensitive to.
It's not so much that it's a very different techniques in itself. It's about knowing which techniques are okay to use and what pressure is okay.
Sure.
With certain people with certain medications, even just let's say like not leaving alone oncology, like heart condition, or if they're taking blood thinners, we can do certain like deep tissue and things like that.
So would you say that that's a good client for you? Is someone who is having health issues that might need some sensitivity to that? Oh, okay.
Yeah. Because sometimes like people, they might not think that they can go get a massage when they are having these issues, but they can. It's just that we might need to make some adjustments to it.
Sure.
Yeah.
That's really good to know, because I imagine there's a lot of masseuses or
massage therapists.
Massage therapists out there who maybe can't be as sensitive. So it's really nice to know that there's someone that.
Yeah, we definitely don't do like cookie cutter approach, and that's kind of what I started when I first started. That was my motto, like doing custom massage, and we don't really even like to call it like deep tissue Swedish or sports, like, because sometimes you need to mix and blend different techniques in the same treatment. So we don't even have different price points for deep tissue or Swedish, because a lot of times clients don't know what style they need.
Sure.
And the therapists, they can make the assessment and decide. We just have like add-ons that if they want to add like hot stone, cupping, aromatherapy, CBD, foot scrub, or things that add-ons. But in general, like you want a massage, we usually just book custom massage, and then we kind of talk to the client what their goals are and what their medical history, and then we
that's
choose the best treatment.
Wow, that's really next level treatment there. You're asking what the medical history is and like what their desired outcome is. Oftentimes, like I've been to spas where you're just like signed up and you just go in the room and you leave, and that's that.
Yeah, well, no, like we never. That's the thing. Like we never want to do like cookie approach like that, because we always talk like, is this, are you work, like what's your ergonomics at work? Like you sit a lot, or do you have shoulder pain? What sports you're doing? Were you cycling a lot, or tennis, or so? Then we take into consideration that, and we'll work specific areas that might need more attention.
That makes a lot of sense now that you say it. I feel like isn't always assumed.
And I think that's what different, we're not maybe like your regular spa. We're more like a clinical massage, or facials. We do peels and advanced like skincare. We do lamp probe. We remove like skin tags and keratoses, different. So I think I always wanted to be a little above just like the general spa. A little more like on the medical side, but not to say that we don't do just a simple relaxing massage. We can do that too. When a person says, I have no issues, nothing, I just want to come and get away for 90 minutes or an hour, and yes, we will.
That's fine
do
too.
that. But we still ask though, like you still ask, your medical history and what's your work like, because then be relaxing, but we might still work a little more on the certain areas.
That makes a lot of sense. So the esthetician services are something you brought in after starting the company?
Yes, only that was before COVID, actually. I got my own personal license in October. In 2019. And then we brought in PCA skincare products, and we stay max, and we started and did the lamp probe training. Me and Gina, she's the other esthetician that works here with me, and yeah, we do peels. Winter now is a great time to do peels to regenerate the skin for like sun damage in the summer. I'm really passionate about aesthetics and beauty and that stuff too, and makeup.
And I want to acknowledge that you have the most amazing pictures. I only see Facebook. I don't really look on Instagram. I'm sure you're on Instagram too, where you model essentially for these pictures.
I think that's like Instagram influence, you know, like they just have like such a high standard. So I try to like make these pictures as good as possible. Yeah.
Is that for fun or is that like a career move? Or
I think it's like my time. It's relaxing for me. It's like fun, but also, I don't know, maybe it's related a little bit to career too, but I enjoy it. It's fun.
Yeah, it is fun to get dressed up and fancy. And
you know, during the COVID, that's what I did. I would dress up with makeup on like I was pretending to go, but all I do was just take a picture and post it on Instagram. Like, here, look at my makeup today, you know. But that kept me like positive.
Yeah.
You know, because like if I didn't continue like doing that, not dressing up, I think I would have gotten like depressed or something.
Yeah.
Because it was really hard not being able to come to work and like not work and not see people, not. Yeah, it's just so weird.
Yeah, we all need to kind of keep us going during those times.
Yeah.
I can see it being a hobby, but I mean, as you know, being an influencer is a real career now.
It can be,
if that's what you're going for.
I mean, if it goes somewhere there, I mean, I haven't had any big deals. If someone wants me to give me a deal, sure. But you know, there and there they'll send me like a product to try. They do? Yeah, like I'll try some skincare products. So maybe it'll grow. I don't know.
And you review the product on your Instagram?
Yeah. Okay. Or I'll like post a picture of it.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. But I haven't got paid for it, only some like free stuff. But who knows? Maybe they will say, hey, do you want to model with this?
I mean, that's the next step, you know. Yeah. It could definitely happen.
I mean, I'm much more busier now too, so I don't know like how much actual time I would have for that. But who knows? I mean, it's like a hobby too, which I enjoy. So I would do it probably if someone, you know, offered it.
Absolutely. Well, it's really creative and fun. I also see like sometimes you're putting like a face mask on yourself, and it's like, oh, that's really weird looking. That's cool.
But we actually sell face masks, so that is related to work, you know, like PCA masks or Estee masks, and I like fun weird stuff like that. Like we have, you know, green tea masks, we have CBD masks, we have like gold masks, we have hydro jelly ones that like peel off. They're just like K-beauty from Korea.
Okay.
So I like those. So I enjoy them doing it myself, but then I want to maybe influence others to try it and take care of their skin. I try to give some tips, you know.
Absolutely.
It's fun.
Awesome. I'll have to follow you on Instagram. I'm on it so rarely. I'm so behind the times, but.
Well, I mean, I guess they say like, I mean, Instagram has grown so much now, but now it's like even now, like young people go on TikTok. They don't even go on Instagram anymore, but I'm not that level.
I don't know if I'm ready for TikTok. I don't know if I can do that. Yeah. Oh, great. So I definitely want to talk more about your personal background. And one thing I want to make sure that we talk about, because it's so exciting, is that you just passed your citizenship test.
Yeah.
So what was that like preparing for that test?
I just listened to a lot of YouTube videos about like quizzes and things like that, learning civics and U.S. history. And this morning I actually did the oath, so I officially got my passport application.
Congratulations.
Thank you.
So exciting. It's all ceremony.
Yeah, it was like outside, 5 minutes, did the oath, serve United States.
Yeah.
Got a little flag, actually put it down there, but yeah.
Oh, nice.
Yeah. Yeah, it was super nice.
Yeah.
But I don't know. I mean, I've been in US now for 13 years. I came in 2007. It's been a long time coming, you know. I kind of hesitated, obviously, you know, like changing your citizenship, because I don't think my country, Lithuania, will want me to keep, because I'm not there much. I don't have property or much things down there. They're probably not let me keep that passport anymore. But you know, I plan to retire here. I have husband now here, and I don't see me going back there. So it just makes sense. And now I can vote too. So.
Yeah, that's true.
That's the only right for U.S. citizens. So.
So the motivation behind it was like you really have set down roots here, and so I feel like I already am a citizen here. I want to make it official.
Think so. Yeah. Now I feel like more like a part of everyone.
Yeah.
You know, I mean, I was, you know, I had green card, but then you're still can vote. I mean, now I would have to do like the jury duty too, which hopefully I don't have to do.
I haven't ever had to do jury duty, so there's a small chance of that happening.
Yeah. I mean, I'll do it if I have to.
I guess we have to, right? There's
Yeah.
no choice. Oh, Katie Paquette says she did jury duty.
Nice.
Yeah, I did. It was like 3 days long. Over wood smoke. It was really boring.
Really? It wasn't fun at all? It wasn't like Law and Order or anything?
Because our topic was really boring. It was arguing over the smell of wood smoke. Yeah, exactly. 3 days of
like
that.
A plain bland place.
People were complaining it was going into their house. Yeah. Yeah. It was crazy.
Exciting crimes.
All right. When you get it, you know, you'll get an exciting one. We'll see.
Let's hope.
It is a weird process to go through.
Is it?
Yeah, they ask you.
To,
well, the lawyers can like ask you questions, and then they, you know, they decide who they're gonna, you know, select for jury, and like people just flat out try to get out of it, like right in front of them, you know, like, oh well, you know, I just can't, and then sometimes they still get picked anyway. It was just it's really, it's kind of funny. I was kind of excited to get picked until I found out like what the case was, and I'm like, oh, this is really kind of lame.
Yeah.
But I mean, not that I wanted anything horrible, but I mean, wood smoke, really?
Well, maybe you'll get one more that's more exciting.
I don't really want a murder case or something.
No,
you know,
no.
I don't think I'd want that.
I mean, it was an experience. So.
Yeah. My goodness. So I mentioned earlier that you are a pianist and a songwriter, and was it classical in nature?
Yeah, well, I studied classical piano for 10 years and singing, and that's how I came to US, really the only reason why I did come here, because, well, my mom's dream was for me to be a professional musician, so I kind of followed that dream, and then she wanted me to come to study to US. And I enrolled into college, and that's how I ended up here. And, you know, I tried to pursue it, and I realized, you know, in 2007. So, but I tried, you know, tried, and, you know, it brought me here, and I stayed because I kind of didn't feel like I wanted to go back, because I did not have my parents anymore.
Sure.
And I wanted to come to be in US because it's capitalism is a land of opportunity, you know. And I like Americans. I like their spirit, and I am now one of them, I guess I should say.
Yes, you are.
I should stop saying, you know, like them. But I always admired, you know, movies like watching growing up, and then all of a sudden you hear, and I'm like, oh wow, yeah.
And you were in New York City, right? When you first, so what college did you go to?
Well, I got accepted to Hobart and William Smith College, which is upstate. But then I ended up quitting after some time, and then I moved to actual New York City.
Gotcha.
And try to like play in bands and try to pursue it that way. moved a little bit to Nashville too as
Oh.
well, and Chicago. I mean, I traveled a little bit.
Wow.
And so I got to see US, not just New York City, but yeah, it was exciting to be in New York City because
Yeah.
that's where I thought I needed to be.
To pursue that career.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Yeah.
So do you ever play piano now? Do you practice stuff?
I have it, I have the piano. I just don't have much time to do
Sure.
it. But maybe someday when I retire, I will join a band again and like,
Yes.
start playing
There you go.
more time.
Yeah. I hear that.
Yeah.
Pretty consumed right now.
But music been a big influence in my life and made me, I think, a stronger person and just creative.
Yeah.
And I kind of think I use that creativity in business because you
Mhm.
have to be creative.
Mhm.
I think
You do. You really do. To be an entrepreneur and doing things differently.
Yeah, and you have not to be afraid to stand out from everyone.
Mm.
Because you have to kind of go against a little bit the society,
Mhm.
like 9 to 5. It's a different path. It's
Yes.
not a secure path.
True.
So you have to take risks, and that's what you do in music too.
I'm not much of a musician, so I'm gonna take your word for that.
Yeah, well, or any artist, I
Yes.
would say, it's a risky career.
Yeah, I can see that.
Yeah.
But it's so nice to have that skill that you can always, even if it's just a hobby, that's just an amazing talent to have.
Nice. It's nice to be able to read music.
Yeah.
Pick it up, and I'm sure I hopefully can do it sometime again.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
So you have like a full piano at home?
I have an electronic one
Oh,
now.
nice. Yeah,
But
nice.
maybe I'll get a real one again sometime.
Well, that's great. Well, I know we're getting up to the point where we wanted to open up to Q&A.
Yeah.
But is there anything else you want us to know about you that we didn't talk about?
Well, I work a lot, but I enjoy what I do. Really, really enjoy what I do.
Yeah.
So it's all worth it. And yeah, I don't know what is gonna happen in the future, but things are going well now. So all grateful for that.
So you're so for the foreseeable future, you're thinking about staying in massage and in this business?
I think so.
Okay.
Yeah.
Nice.
And I'm passionate about real estate too.
Oh, really?
Yeah. So maybe we have one investment property now with my husband, but I would like to do more and reinvest money that way too.
Oh, that's great.
My dad actually worked in real estate, so I have that connection. Like I always kind of do things kind of what connects to my parents. I don't know why, but
that makes sense.
But yeah, so
yeah,
that's my other thing. But other than that, I don't know if there's anything else.
I think that's a lot.
Yeah.
I think you're doing wonderful.
Thanks.
Does anyone have any questions they want to ask Jolita? Or just hate how awesome she is? That's a good thing to do.
Well,
too.
I feel like it's too much praise.
This was great, and Christine, you're doing an amazing job of being the interviewer. Who does I'm curious if you are the one who does, or if you hire somebody to do your marketing.
So I've always done it myself from day one, but I had consultants that I consulted with on what to do. And I found that very helpful. The first year, when I started 2015, is I hired like SEO consultant, how to rank on search, and he gave me some great tips, and I followed that for a couple of years to organically build business because I didn't have much money to do paid advertising. I never paid anyone to do my Google or Facebook ads or YouTube ads. I did hire consultants. I hired someone from Fiverr to help me figure out Facebook ads. Fiverr is a great place to hire people for a good price. Now I just recently for the first time hired someone that helps us to write blog posts. But before then I used to do that myself as well. But now it saves me quite a bit of time of having her to do it. She's actually in Philippines, so she's like a virtual assistant.
Oh, okay.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, so she helps with that, and she does some Instagram engagement and things like that. But I'm the one who has to post the picture or whatever, and I give her, we have like a what blog posts, I give her what list of what blog posts she needs to like put on and things like that. But yeah, I finally outsourced that. But other than that, I feel like if you want to keep your like authenticity and style, it's probably the best to do your Facebook ads yourself. I mean, Google search ads, you can definitely hire someone. It's because it's not as personal, but like having pictures that are of your business that shows personality is important, I think. But really, yeah, like I at least I oversee everything, even maybe I don't do everything myself anymore, but
so keeping that personal, that touch on it, not just giving it 100% to someone else.
Well, and I do my own ads because that was the main question, right?
Yeah, and I think I think it was good or it was insightful to hear what you shared, and I think sometimes that's where I'm like, well, I feel like hiring somebody could lose a good amount of the authenticity behind it, and especially when they don't quite know your field, how do they tell your brand story when they're not in the day of the life of and feeling it each day emotionally?
Yeah. Well, it's important to, I mean, they could give you the bare bones. They can help you maybe to figure out the technology behind it, but maybe you want to like really point them down to the copyright itself and what you want your message to be. Because that's going to be the most important for you to convey like what your services really are, and you're professional in that field. But like the technology behind it, you can, hire someone to show you and teach you or do it for you.
That makes a lot of sense. That willingness to learn is very entrepreneurial too.
Yeah, but also like I like to be in control of them, because sometimes like I know when we need more ads, I know when we need less. If we're busy, maybe I shut down the ads because we can't take. So why would I be spending revenue money on on the ads when we don't need them? Or when we hire someone new, then I'll need some ads because I need them to build up faster. Whatever, give a little boost. And after COVID, like I mentioned, that's what I did more to at least like even just to let people know we're open, because they might not know and not book because of that reason. So
that makes a lot of sense. Because your business best and what it needs from week to week.
But not to say that if you find the right fit who can do it for you and they're really good at communicating and telling them, well, I need this at this date because like we're slower at that time, then they will work with you. And of course it depends also, like you probably will spend a little more money, but I don't know. I never done it where, there are people who are like, well, just pay them like a flat fee and that will do everything for you. I have not done that before. So, but I personally, I don't know. I just don't feel like that would be the right fit for me.
Yeah, it makes a lot of sense. Are there any other questions or comments? Yeah, Chris Beth.
So many of us go into business because we're passionate about, a particular field, but then when the business gets going, we find that we're kind of overwhelmed with like the administration and things like that. And then, I just wonder if you could talk a little bit about how you stay connected to that passion and, excited about your work.
Yeah, that's definitely an issue. Because I mean, doing your profession is one thing, and then running a business is another thing. And that's where maybe outsourcing helps if you don't want to, like, because there's no way I want to do my own tax. Like I never did my own tax, but so because it's just, so trying maybe the tasks that overwhelm you, maybe try to outsource those tasks so you could stay connected more closer to doing what is really your passion. Or hiring people to take things off your hands, but it's no matter like how much you hire, I mean, you still have to spend at least some time to doing that back end work for the business and advertising, but maybe just carving out specific times, so it doesn't overlap too much with taking away. I don't know what you do specifically, what is your niche, but I know for me, there were times where was I was getting a little bit disconnected, but at the same time, then it kind of connects you back too, because you, for me, I like doing different things. So if I feel like if I only did massage and didn't have to do anything else, I would get probably a little bored or burned out. Like I like the variety, and then doing something for a little bit and coming back, working again more with clients and or whatnot. Like, so maybe it depends on personality too.
Yeah, that's a really good question, because I think even when you're doing your own business, minus the operations stuff, for a long time, you can become less passionate just because you're doing the same thing repetitively. So like connecting back to it, it seems like the way you do that is you keep changing it up. Like you add on other services and you maybe learn new skills and add to your skill set. So
probably, I would think so. Yeah, not getting in the rut, maybe. Keeping it fresh, trying to keep it fresh all the time. Not keep it too boring.
I think that question you asked, Christabeth, is just such a wonderful one that I'm going to add to like our feed after. And how when your passion grows your business to the point where you maybe start feeling like you're not able to do both, or that how do you still stay connected, and what tools and resources do you use to help you manage that? So,
or you maybe find that you have a new passion, maybe you're even more passionate about the business parts than you were about the whatever that you began with to begin with, or maybe you're not, then maybe you need to scale back and just do that specific, thing that you were doing. But I mean, need to make a decision maybe too.
Yeah, absolutely. Change is inevitable, and I think that people get into trouble as business owners when they just say, nope, this is where I'm at, this is how it's always going to be, and don't change and adapt. And COVID was definitely teaching us a lot about that.
It definitely, COVID shifted a lot of things and made us to be more creative and work harder. Like, I never worked as hard as after COVID, just with all the learning even more about like how to get the word out there and utilize all the online stuff.
Yeah, absolutely. It's not business as usual. That's what they keep saying.
But, we've been doing really well. Considering, it's post-COVID. we made really good numbers. Like we have good amount of people that come in.
That's fantastic.
That's so we're really blessed.
Did you have to lay anyone off?
No. Wow. Like I didn't fire anyone. We had PPP. We had, they got unemployment. Then we got PPP. We kept all employees.
Nice.
One person moved away in beginning of September. I hired another person to replace them, and even hired one more person for part-time right now. So
gotcha. That's great.
Yeah. So we have not lost anyone, thankfully.
That's so wonderful to hear. Really good news. We have time for one more question if someone has a question or comment they want to add. All right. No worries. Well, thank you so much.
Thank you.
For taking the time. You're so busy, and I really appreciate you inviting me into your space. And I got to tour, and gosh, this space is just beautiful. It's every room is just so relaxing and has these elements of relaxation. 2 of them have fireplace elements. It's just amazing. So I definitely recommend checking them out. Right here on King Street in Burlington. So Jolita, brilliant.
Yeah, well, thank you guys. And
Yes.
if you come over, we'll add you some free add-ons. Just mention this webinar.
I love that.
Yeah.
All right.
Thank you so
Great.
much.
Thank you all for joining us.
Very good. Thank you.
Have a really
Thank
good
you
day.
so much.
All right. Hopefully see you all soon.
See you soon.
Bye, everyone.
Bye. Have a brilliant day.
Yes.
I love it.
Yes. All right, let me
All right.
recording.